The City of Waterloo, in cooperation with its many active and inspiring entities, presents Heart for the City, a chance to hear and see what's going on in our city and to meet people who serve you, teach you, entertain you, help you, all neighbors and like you. Make this a city on the move. And now, here's our host, the Honorable Quentin Hart.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Heart for the City. I'm Quentin Hart, proud Mayor of Waterloo. And as usual, we have some exciting guests. Let's get to our first story. Waterloo is a city that is filled with energetic, dedicated, and creative people. We have effective educational institutions, many choices for entertainment, eating and shopping, all with a clean and pleasing and safe environment. But among all this, there are still people with needs. And healthcare is one of the top social and economic challenges facing Americans today. And the rising cost of medical care and health insurance is impacting the livelihood of many Americans in one way or another. And the inability to pay for necessary medical care is no longer a problem affecting only the uninsured, but it is increasingly becoming a problem for those with health insurance as well. How is this problem being handled in Waterloo? One organization is providing hope and effective solutions. So stay with us for more on this crucial topic.
Welcome to the Waterloo Regional Airport. Waterloo Regional Airport is served by American Airlines with daily flights to Chicago O'Hare and connections anywhere in the world. Our airport offers convenient and easy access, fast security lines, $6 daily parking, and comfortable passenger waiting areas. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, fly ALO. Visit us online to book a flight or to check our flight schedule. Fly with us today.
Welcome back to Heart for the City. In Waterloo, people have access to a health organization where community is at the heart of People's Community Health Clinic. It's a public service entity owned and operated by people living in our community. To tell us about the workings of this amazing health-oriented enterprise is Christine Kemp, Chief Executive Officer of People's Community Health Clinic. So welcome to Heart for the City.
Thank you for having me.
And I know I gave just a little bit of about the People's Community Health Clinic, but can you tell us exactly what is People's Health Clinic?
So People's Clinic is dedicated to basically removing the barriers so that people can have access to affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care.
Okay. And can you tell us about its unique historic background?
Sure. We were started in 1976, basement of a church. You hear that a lot from organizations like ours. And then through the years, in 1978, we became a community health center, a federally qualified community health center. And then we've grown since then and now are in a 40,000 square foot building over on Franklin Street. And
within there, a myriad of different services. What medical and non-medical services are provided?
So within our medical, we have medical care for our pediatric population, our adult population. Within that, we have, so you don't have to leave our building. If you need lab care, we can draw your labs, we can do your x-rays that you need there. After hours, we have an urgent care. Within our other part, we have dental. So within our dental care, you can get a lot of services there. Non-medical, we have a homeless program. So people who are experiencing homelessness, we can help them. And then we also have a behavioral health staff, too.
And the portion, you mentioned dental care a second ago or two. Can you tell us about that portion of it and who would actually be eligible for that care?
So with any of our services at the clinic, everybody is eligible for care at our clinic. It doesn't, you can have insurance, you can be uninsured, it doesn't matter. You can be newborn, you can be an elderly person. Everyone is welcome at our clinic. Okay. Within our dental department, it would be like going to any dentist else in town. We provide the whole full array of services for everybody, except for we don't do aesthetics or orthodontics. So if you want your teeth whitened, we wouldn't do that. Right. And if you want braces, we wouldn't be able to take care of that. But we could take care of all the other health needs you need. And
on August 7th, I attended a tremendous event. Can you tell us about what happened on that day?
Sure. It was during National Health Center Week, and we have had our 4th annual big tent event. And what we do there is not only celebrating our community health center, but we ask a lot of nonprofits in town, they come and they put up put up their tables to showcase all the services they can do for our patients and the people of this community. So whether it's that you need housing assistance or you might need, maybe you're pregnant and don't know what to do, we have people for that. The YMCA was there. Everybody you could think of, there was a table there to basically help anybody. We gave away food. We had hot dogs, hamburgers, and some chicken. The daycare all walked over their little people over. We had the baseball team was there. And it was a really good day.
Yeah, I saw Bucky there too.
Bucky was there.
The mascot for the. But just absolutely tremendous. And a little bit earlier we talked about medical and non-medical services, but counseling services, are they available?
Yes, they are. So recently we've been expanding our behavioral health services. We actually have a psychiatric nurse practitioner on staff. She's been there for a few years. We will be adding to that department in the next year or two, hopefully. We will work with anybody who's going through an acute crisis. We can help people with addiction services now. So anything, if you need to talk to somebody, you can call us and we'll be able to help.
Right. And you mentioned also that everyone is eligible to be there. But while I was there, there was something that I didn't realize about you're able to make some referrals, or you have services for those that are homeless. Can you talk about that a little bit for us?
So we have 2 homeless outreach workers who go out in the community, and they look for people who might be staying in abandoned buildings, maybe in parks, living out of their cars, under overpasses. We make sure that they're safe. We make sure if we can get them into a shelter, we work with that. And one of the biggest things we want to make sure is that they're healthy. We want to make sure that they have access to medical.
Right.
So if we can, we bring them in and make sure that they can see a doctor and to see if there's anything we can do for them.
Right. And does one have a choice of doctors?
Within our clinic?
Yeah.
Yes, sure. Everyone always has a choice.
All right.
We have about 22, 23 providers on our staff for medical, so you have many people to choose from.
And what is, I've heard these terms and I really haven't understood it. What is patient-centered medical homes?
That's a really good question. So that is a certification that we get as a center, and we actually have a very high certification for that. And what it does is it means that our center will do everything we can to help sure that you navigate through the healthcare system, whether it's making sure you get to your referral, that the report comes back to the doctor. It monitors our quality of care, so we have to make sure that our workflows are in place so that we have the highest quality of care that we can do. A whole range of things that we're tested on and that we have passed.
And what about services to those that may speak different languages?
So we actually are like I always say, like a mini Chicago. A lot of languages happening in our clinic if you walk through. We have interpreters on site for Bosnian, Burmese, Spanish, and also Congolese. We have access to other languages through the telephone and embark in the community. So language should not be a barrier for you seeking medical care at our clinic.
And after hours care, what would you do if it's closed?
So after hours care would depend on what time. We do have urgent care that's open till 7 o'clock during the weekdays and open some hours during the weekends. But other than that, we do have physicians on call 24/7. So you can always call our main number and a physician would return your call and help you figure out what to do for the evening.
And you said it a little bit earlier, but can you reiterate I know you said you serve people with insurance, but what about those without?
Without insurance, we will work with you. So depending on your income, we can discount our services for you. So you just fill out an application. We'll work that with you. If you have trouble filling out the form, we would help you. And that's the grant monies that we receive that help you get discounted care so that you can afford medical care.
Right. And if there's any additional funding that's available to the clinic or by the clinic?
So with our budget, about 25% of our budget comes from the federal government through HRSA. And the rest of the money we receive is through patients and insurance. And so all the other little grants we get just kind of help support different programs that we offer.
Right, and the Reach Out and Read Pediatric Literacy Program, I almost got that right?
Almost got that right. That sounds
Okay.
good. That is one of the grants we receive from a community foundation, and it helps us increase the literacy in the children. We realize that children 6 months to 5 years old, hopefully that's correct, when they come for their well child visit, they get a book, and it would be in a book of their language if we have that. And the idea is to get them used to wanting to read a book, look through the pictures, encourage parents or caregivers to read to them, so that they're able to start kindergarten ahead of where they need to be.
Right, and it's just tremendous going from last year to this year and the previous years visiting on August 7th and seeing the interaction with all of the people providing services and how People's Community Health Clinic is right at the center in helping to impact people's lives on so many different levels. So, I want to thank you, Christine, or Chris, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
for visiting us. And we have just scratched the surface on the multitude of programs that not only help people with medical needs, but also in areas that promote the improvement and quality of life. So I encourage people to find out more at peoplesclinic.com. And the diversity of activity at People's Clinic is astonishing. So need help or not, check it out. Christine Kemp has said, we realize that there are so many factors in keeping people healthy, and the traditional cycle of diagnosis and treatment can only get a person so far. So fresh food can act as a medicine, and it plays a huge role in contemplating the recommendations we make to our patients. We not only care about our patients when they are at the clinic, we care about what's happening at home and want to make sure they're able to be as healthy as possible. And so we are so blessed to have an outstanding health facility in our community, and I hope you will learn about and support, among other things, People's Garden.
Getting healthy has never been easier with a membership at Cedar Valley Sportsplex. Offering 80 free classes a week at all skill levels, there's always new and fun opportunities to grow. You never have to miss out on your favorites with our state-of-the-art facilities, featuring great exercise equipment, a track and field, pool, and 2 regulation gyms. So whether your game is football or pickleball, let the Cedar Valley Sportsplex turn your routine into something amazing.
Cedar Bend Humane Society exists to maintain and improve the health and well-being of surrendered, lost, abandoned, neglected, and abused companion animals. They not only provide shelter, medical care, and compassion, they provide so much more. And to tell us all about this is Caitlyn Evans, Administration and Kennel Supervisor at Cedar Bend Humane Society. So welcome.
Thank you.
Can you tell us that the Humane Society is such an amazing place, but where is it located?
We're at 1166 West Airline Highway, just kind of right across from Omega Cabinets and down from the airport in Waterloo.
And so what were the beginnings? How did it get started?
Well, the building we're in now, the intake center, was established in the early 1960s, and then we've expanded to 3 buildings now. But 1960s is when that building first opened for the public.
And I said a little bit in my opening, but what is the mission for the Humane Society?
Our biggest priority is teaching people the proper care for animals and taking in the neglected and housing them until they're able to find a new home, and just trying to educate everyone on the proper care of companion animals. And
there's multiple layers and multiple positions in there, but specifically, what is an intake supervisor?
So my job as intake supervisor is I just kind of oversee that department. I kind of, when people are bringing in owner surrenders, I approve those. We take in animals for a sleep request for people wanting to do end-of-life things for their animal. We take in the strays through the public, as well as work with animal control through the city, and do redemptions of animals that are coming in that the owners want to take back home.
And what happens to the animals when they arrive, like at the adoption center?
Once they get to the adoption center, they have their own kennel where they're kept until they're able to find a home. When they first get to the shelter, we keep them in the intake center where we can do their medical evaluation and do kind of a temperament test as well with them.
So, you know what I forgot to do at the beginning of this? Obviously, you have a lot of passion and love for this, but how did your interest actually begin in working with animals?
Well, I've always loved animals since I was really little, and I went and got my vet tech degree from Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, Hawkeye.
And then I knew that I wanted to work with abandoned animals and animals not with homes and not in a vet clinic, so that's why I decided to go this route, and I've been here for almost 10 years now.
So it's a job, but it's actually a passion
Right.
that you've had for a long
Right.
time.
Yep.
And you work with some amazing people as well, but how many are on your staff?
We normally have around 30 to 35 people on staff.
Oh, wow. And what is the Mutt Hut?
That is our boarding facility that just opened a couple years ago, where owned animals can be boarded while their families are on vacation. And all of the money from that goes directly to help the animals that are in the care of Cedar Bend Humane Society.
You know, the Mutt Hut, it's some incredible names on some of these. Another one is, can you talk about the Barking Book Buddies?
Yep, so that's a program we have on our adoption floor where kids can come in and choose a book and sit in front of a dog's kennel and read that story to them, just for some interaction for the kids and the dogs as well.
And then the Barn Cat Program.
So that is a program that we created for the more feral cats that come to us that just aren't obviously friendly enough to go on our adoption floor. So those cats are fixed, ear tipped so people know that they're fixed, given a rabies vaccination, and then they can be adopted as outdoor cats for anybody wanting kind of a population of outdoor cats to keep their mice problems down and things like that. So outside of city limits, but people who have an established barn that they can kind of live out of.
Are there any lions or elephants?
No.
No, not yet.
There's not yet.
You have a place for that? So someone
Not
has
yet.
a stray elephant that's walking around, call you.
I don't
right?
know what we'd do with that.
All right. You have a trap neuter return program. You know, what is that, and why would that program be necessary?
So that's super beneficial for the cities of Waterloo and Cedar Falls because of the feral cat population. So we set traps, people get the cats, bring them to us. They're then fixed, ear-tipped, and then just released back to the area that they were originally found. So that way they can still live out their life but not be reproducing.
And you know, great program. And then you also have an animal enrichment program. Can you tell us about that?
Yep, so a lot of our volunteers and our staff at times will fill like Kongs with peanut butter and freeze them and things like that, and do different things like that just so the dogs in our care have something to do while they're in their kennels and not getting interaction with the public.
And I know I joked a couple seconds ago about lions and other tigers and elephants, zebras, but outside of dogs and cats, what other type of animals do you?
We'll get in guinea pigs, rabbits, we'll occasionally get in reptiles, just a lot of your small animals. We don't normally get in livestock. We've gotten an occasional chicken here and there that have come in as strays, actually. But yeah, normally just kind of your small critters, your pocket pets, as a lot of people call them.
And then you have a foster program. What is that about?
So that's normally especially for kittens and litters of kittens that just aren't old enough to go up for adoption yet. So they'll go into a foster family until they're about 8 weeks old, and then they're able to be placed for adoption after that.
And there, you know, I didn't realize until I started on council, because I've never been really one to have a pet or a cat or dog, but there are a lot of people out there that are serious about the health and well-being of cats and dogs. So I would assume you have a lot of volunteers.
We do.
How would one volunteer for the program, and what are some of the things they could do?
A lot of our volunteers come in and walk the dogs. That's the biggest thing we look for. They'll have to fill out kind of an application so we can get their general information. Once that's come in, we will have them go through a orientation with our volunteer coordinator. She'll show them how we want them to walk the dogs, where they're able to walk the dogs, and different things like that. And volunteers also come in, they come really helpful for events that we need certain, or extra hands that are able to still get dogs out for people or take dogs to certain places and things like that.
And if I see a lost or stray animal, you know, what should I do?
In Waterloo or Cedar Falls, you can bring it directly to us without a fee, or if you aren't able to transport it, you can also call animal control who they will pick it up and transport it to us, and then we will hold the animal at our facility.
And if I want to surrender an animal as well, do I call you or how would I do that?
Yep, you can call. We do take them by appointment only, so we would have to schedule an appointment for you. Because of how full we are, we're normally booked out a couple weeks, but once we've scheduled that appointment, you could bring it in on that day, and there is a $45 surrender fee as well.
And you know, hopefully this day will never happen, but you have a pet cemetery and you provide some burial services?
Yep. So we do have the pet cemetery. We have two different sections, like a large animal section and a small animal section. The fees range normally from $320 to $450, depending on how much the animal weighs. But then we also offer that people can order headstones so they can mark that grave. And it's open at all times, so people can visit at any time.
All right. Well, Caitlyn, I want to thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
To see, you know, to me, it seems like this is more than just a job for you. And, you know, thank you for taking time out to tell us about the help and the care the Cedar Bend Humane Society does for our four-legged friends. And I'm reminded of the words of Colette, the French author and most noted for the novella Gigi, and that is, our perfect companions never have fewer than 4 feet. And what a great occupation you have, as well as a very important service to animals and the community at large. So thank you once again.
Thank you.
The most important factor in taking care of animals is making a commitment to them. They are living, cognizant creatures and not just accessories. They need love, food, veterinary care, and training. They need a clean environment and gentle, respectful handling. Decide before you take in or breed an animal whether you can afford the time and money. Every creature deserves the commitment of a forever home. But the Cedar Bend Humane Society is a place for proper placement if some emergencies arise that will not allow you to keep them. And taking on an animal is a loving and responsible act. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
There's a place that lies directly between where you've been and where you're going. It's the place in the middle, the place where your past and future connect. Hawkeye Community College is that place, connecting you to great faculty, engaged students, and four-year destinations like the University of Northern Iowa. Every masterpiece starts with a blank canvas, and every success story begins with an empty page. Start writing your story today. Hawkeye Community College. Connect.
Looking for something to do for entertainment, shopping, eating, and more? Go to experiencewaterloo.com for complete listings of so many exciting activities, places, and venues.
I'm Jessica Rucker, Executive Director of Main Street Waterloo. Helping to make downtown Waterloo a great place to live, work, play, and visit is our mission. Some may ask, is there life after Irish Fest? Of course there is. There's year-round activities going on. There are plenty of exciting things going on in downtown. Check out Tour de Lou and Cheers to Small Business in October. There's great entertainment, culture, eating, shopping, and fun for the whole family all year long in downtown. Be sure to visit the Waterloo Urban Farmers Market on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. Also check out Friday Lou with special bands and events at Lincoln Park from 5:30 to 9:30. Be sure to check our website, Main Street Waterloo, www.mainstreetwaterloo.org. We have much more going on in downtown Waterloo, including exciting annual events, which you won't want to miss. And consider the many opportunities to be a part of Main Street by volunteering.
And you did all that without taking a breath. So thanks, Jessica. Well, that's our show. We welcome your suggestions and feedback. Remember to tell others that these episodes are available for viewing from the City of Waterloo website, cityofwaterlooiowa.com, and search for Heart for the City. And be sure to like us on Facebook. So please join us next time, and thanks for watching Heart for the City. Until then, I think you'll agree, it's a great day to be in Waterloo.